Hello faculty and staff. In this video I'm going to describe the Research and Sponsored Programs approval workflow that is needed to obtain permission to submit a proposal for external funding and demonstrate how that internal approval process works from submission to approval. Let's begin by looking at the overall online proposal workflow. It begins with either faculty or staff submitting the letter of intent. The RSP office will review for accuracy and assess the letter of intent for completeness, then create a pre-proposal, which will then begin the appropriate authorization sign-off workflow to ultimately obtain approval for submitting the proposal to the designated funding agency. The sign-offs begin with the project director and move up the chain for final approval by the provost. So, as you can see, the Office of Research and Sponsored Programs will initiate the online automated workflow process. This online process now becomes the preferred method of securing institutional approval over the authorization for external funding form, which was routed in person and/or by email and signed by the necessary parties. And note, in the event that a physical signature is necessary to submit the proposal, RSP will be in contact to ensure it is completed. The approval process begins with the project director being the first approver in the workflow to receive an email stating that a proposal has been submitted for their approval. As described earlier in the flow diagram, the approval sequence will then continue with the school or unit chair, if applicable, followed by the budget manager, the dean or director, continuing up the chain with each step leading to the provost for final approval. For each approver, an email will provide a title, description, the name of the project director, the funding agency, and the deadline date. As one of these approvers, an email will notify you to log into WaveNet to review and approve or deny the proposal. Navigate to Staff Resources, locate and click on the Research and Sponsored Programs link. In the Research and Sponsored Programs view, locate and click on the Approve Proposals link. In the Approve Proposals view, click on the Proposal ID link to show the details. Each approver will have the same document ID view. The Proposals tab will provide a short summary. The Contact/Purpose tab will provide the contact details as well as the purpose and classification. The Next tab will describe the funding agency. The Requirements tab will display the typical required needs for this proposal with a check mark in place for that requirement needed. The Submit Info will summarize cost and associated effort. And the Attachments tab allows the approver to look at the narrative, budget, and any other documents attached. Back on the Proposals tab, there is an Approvers section. Based on what they have reviewed, the approver then has three options: approve, send back, or deny, all of which provide the ability to write a comment. The approver can reject it outright by selecting deny, or it can be sent back to RSP for modification by selecting send back, or by selecting approve. You are authorizing this proposal to move on to the next approver in the chain, and they will receive an email notification. Note, if it is sent back for modification, RSP will make the necessary revisions and resubmit the proposal for approval, starting again with the PI and moving through the entire workflow, even if it was previously approved. At the bottom of the Proposals tab, the Workflow Status provides a snapshot of the entire approver chain, indicating those who have approved, who is pending, and where it is to be routed next. Note that in some approval workflows, the chair step will be skipped as that school or unit does not require it. Once an option is selected, immediately that proposal view will close and a message will appear indicating there are no proposals to approve. An email notification is sent on to the next approver, and the RSP office receives an update that the proposal has received another approval. Now, if we peek into the workflow of the next approver pending, we'll see the same proposal with comment history. When you have finished any WaveNet activity, be sure to log out. That's it. Thank you for watching.